Put a little fucking bass in your voice.
Put a little bass in it. All you see
Jesus.
on CNN is anti-Trump slogans and white supremacy. Where are those good old conservative values and the faith in God? Well, lucky there's the Orange Men Pod. Lucky there's two men who positively can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. We are the Orange Men Pod.
I'll tell you one thing. You singing 2 to 3 times a night, you're getting much better.
I am getting better.
For the last couple of weeks.
I am getting better.
Your voice is... You're like...
Could it be the alcohol?
You're the songbird of our generation.
I'm like a mix between Jesus.
It's an angelic, soothing voice.
Jesus and who?
By David Chicago.
There you go. Now you're getting on board.
All right.
All right. Wait, but what was it? Jesus and who? That was from the Step Brothers, right?
What?
An angelic voice. You just said that was from the movie Step Brothers.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
No, I got so much. I just built a garage in my backyard, and you came in and said,
I know there's
so much more room for
so much room for activities. I could do karate.
Karate, right?
We're going to do the podcast out there.
And there was some footprints on the wall.
Yeah, I thought you were front kicking the plywood already.
Yeah, I can't get my foot over my ass.
Your jorts must be too tight.
I don't wear jorts, bro.
Apparently all the feds do at the federal Fed Fest on Saturday. They were all wearing jorts.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't.
And then they spotted another guy with a gun, and he happened to be a federal agent who was on another federal agent duty of another federal agent. What are you doing?
I don't know.
You recorded all that last time when you were practicing the Kamala?
I guess.
I'm out of here.
I guess we got 2.
Goddamn amateurs.
No, but we got this one going, too.
Well, stop the one at least.
Well, the other one, no. Let it keep going.
It's horrendous. You're going to hear all this other background.
It'll be good. It wasn't like we were lying.
All right, so...
It was all background truth.
I know you don't really pay attention. Did you watch any of the Project Veritas stuff this week?
I did not.
With the whistleblowers?
I did not.
So they had this dude. He was talking... I don't know. He's pretty effeminate. I don't know if he's gay or if he's... yeah, something along those lines. I don't know if he's a gay or if this was like a gay...
A gay
Tinder date.
I didn't know if he was a gay.
He was pretty effeminate. But he was talking about how the African-American community, if they don't want to get their jabberooski, they're just going to... His thing was like, we'll just blow dart them. And they're like, well, what if they're not compliant? He's like, blow dart. He's like, well, what if they're at a concert or something and they don't want to get their, they don't want to do it and they need their cards? He's like, blow darts.
Is that a blow dart?
So you had like...
That's a blow dart.
That's a blow fart. So you had like 3 different videos.
A blow fart.
You had 3 different videos come out with Project Veritas where you had a whistleblower, you had this other lady talking about how everything that's in this thing is shit, and you sent me a list of some of the ingredients that were in it, and you said something.
It was pretty bad.
You said something about the vegans and stuff like that because what is in this? What's one of the ingredients?
One of them I'm pretty sure is bovine DNA or blood.
Yeah, bovine blood. So you're a vegan or a vegetarian or you don't like, and again, what happened?
That means you shouldn't be taking this thing.
I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that shampoo because they tested on animals.
That chicks me love too.
Remember all those people?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like all these people are so I'm vegan and this and I got my shot. Well, yeah, now it doesn't even matter because you have bovine blood pumping through your blood, and now you have a cow DNA mixed in with yours because now you're a genetically modified moo cow, right?
Damn, this itches.
So you had her talking about how the all this myocarditis, which is inflammation of the heart, something along those lines, right?
Myocarditis, yeah.
Something like that. So it's inflammation of the heart. So when you're seeing on the news, all these people getting heart attacks that are young people and stuff like that, it's like, when are people going to start questioning?
They're not.
I know you
stupid.
said. I know you were telling me a story last week about how you were down a bike week and somebody somebody had a stroke, and you had to go, hey.
Did they get the vaccine? And then they all went,
oh my goodness. But that's like the furthest.
So sad.
And and I hear a lot of people like, wow, I never would have expected him to get a stroke, or I never would have expected that guy to get cancer. And I saw like the Sex and the City guy who was railing about people, not the unvaccinated people.
Didn't he just die?
Yeah, he died a couple of days ago, and yet he was quietly passed away with cancer that he kept to himself. I'm pretty sure that shit was radiated because he got his jab.
Well, I do know that there's scientific proof that if you had COVID, you get the antibodies. If you get the vaccine destroys the antibodies. Then you have no more antibodies, leaving you susceptible to the COVID virus.
Yeah, and then even
that's fact.
And we talked about the efficacy.
Can't put that on YouTube.
We talk about the efficacy of
How about now?
Of all the jabs, where they wear off after a certain amount of time, or they're less effective after 6 months or so. So
well, they're not effective at all, I don't believe.
I'll probably go on the same route with you with that, but it's also...
No, you will. there's no...
But I think because...
You want to be part of this show?
Because we've seen the science and the data points in the white pages of the situation where, after 6 months... After 6 months...
That's what I'm going to call you.
No, you can't call me the situation because I don't have the abs like them.
It doesn't matter.
I don't gym, tan, and laundry either.
Yes, you do.
I drink... talk shit, and that's about it.
So you GT and lounge. You gym, tan, laundry. Listen, we got a new garage out there. You're going to be doing gym. Certainly not tanning.
You're not going to put a tanning bed out in the shed?
No tanning. I got a 15 amp fuse out there. Gonna be no tanning machine.
These LED lights give me a nice glow.
I know.
Every Friday night.
Well, that's good. We should start doing the show with our shirts off.
I don't know about that. Maybe after the 6 months in the garage gym, in the Muscle Maker garage, we can do our. Maybe we'll get more views.
Maybe.
That'd be nice.
We'll do a workout out there and put it on YouTube.
Get all glistening.
We'll oil each other.
Nah, you're going a little too far now.
I'm not going too far. People would probably want to see that.
Nah, they don't. So.
You never know, dude.
So I sent
people are crazy.
Yeah, I know. Well, we
giggity
started our OnlyFans of the Orange Man.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
So
Giggity.
you want to jump into this red flag law stuff?
Oh, you know what? I don't really want to, because it's really, really disappointing.
It's a lot disappointing.
But you know what? The truth be told. The truth has to be told.
And all this nonsense passes on a Friday where, like, nobody's really looking. I mean, we're all paying attention to audits, and it's like, oh, wait. Here, we slid this out, too.
Did you send that to me?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh, red flag. Here it is. All right. Here's the deal. You ready? I'm going to read this.
So most people, I mean, what's the red flag laws? You know what I mean? It is kind of wishy-washy. It's, I guess, if you're unstable, somebody can call the cops on you, or I mean, just if you have a bad neighbor, they can be like, hey, this guy's a danger to himself and other people around him, and he has a gun. So I mean, that's technically kind of where the red flags laws are, I guess. But go ahead, because I got some. I mean, I couldn't send you the rest of it. But.
Dan Crenshaw, Madison Cawthorn, Matt Gaetz, and 132 other House Republicans voted with the Democrats to pass federal red flag gun laws. Why even bother having a Republican Party when they just vote with the Democrats anyway?
Right.
And, you know, I'm not naive. I'm not stupid. I realize that there's Republicans that are part of the part of the
this
agenda,
Yeah.
and I get it, and they're not going to give up their their salaries and their money and their kickbacks and all the other shit that they benefit from that helps them and their families, and I understand all that, and I get it, but there's real character, and then there's real people who, these veterans ain't going to tolerate this bullshit from these fucking scumbags.
Well, that's the one thing I mean, and I know we talked about Dan Crenshaw, because listen, appreciate your service and all this and that, but your policies are starting to get on my nerves because you're not.
Yeah, you're not a Republican.
And it's kind of like what, and I saw like Madison Cawthorn, that dude, I saw, he's giving Nancy Pelosi the business 3 weeks ago. Now he's just gonna fucking sign off on this bill. I'd rather you say, listen, no matter what, we know the bill is gonna pass in the House because why? They have the House, so they're gonna get the votes. The fact that 135 members of the GOP signed off on this.
Yeah, it's pathetic. It's weak.
It is weak.
Well, because they're part of the problem.
And Matt Gaetz from Florida, who I know I talked about before, because his family is an influential person in Washington before his dad or something like that. So he's been involved. So you can go through the list. The list is out there on Instagram, YouTube,
Well, you know what the difference
Twitter
is? Let me just tell you the difference between.
But
people like us.
Where are the people on our side? And
it doesn't. Well, listen.
People that are on our side, we're never going to be able to get to this point because they'll never allow us to get to that point.
They went after Matt Gaetz with a.
I remember the sexual assault or whatever.
And then he kind of went into obscurity, and that kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
Because somebody who's being accused, if somebody accused me of that, I ain't going off into obscurity. I'm coming out saying...
Well, they were blackmailing them. That was the whole point.
Yeah. I don't know if they were or they weren't. I don't know if it's true or it's not. But I wouldn't be silent on the fucking thing. I'm going to be out there screaming from the rooftops.
Yeah.
Because these people are lying.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. And that kind of held me back. And now that I see this...
Well, Madison Cawthorn's the dude that's in the wheelchair who's... Everybody's like, yeah, this guy's great. Yeah. And then it's like, yo, you're going to sign off on this too? Like, from North Carolina? Like... Dude, you're a young up-and-coming guy. Like, are you just falling in line with everybody else? Because I'm not saying it's money or anything like that.
Oh, it's money.
And I don't care. There's an agenda behind this whole red flag law. Like, who are you trying to get rid of? What people? Like you just said about the veterans.
They're trying to get rid of weapons.
I get that.
They don't care
want what's going on in Australia? There's a reason why what's going on in Australia.
Well, they want that. This is the socialist Soviet.
I know. There's a reason why what's
United States
going on.
of Socialist Republic.
Right. There's a reason why what's going on in Australia isn't going on here yet, because the police know that if they go to people's houses, I'm not saying everybody's going to fight back and shoot, but there's a chance that could happen. And you need to start banding together and finding like-minded individuals within your communities. And I'm not saying standoffs and everything else within the but you need to start finding the same people within your communities and your local areas that are willing to band together with you, whether it's prepping, whether it's, arming up, whether it's whatever. Police in the neighborhood yourselves, because the police aren't going to do it, or they're not able to do it because they're unvaccinated or whatever it is. But the fact that and I know we were kind of discussing it, if this goes to the Senate, where they have the majority, even if it goes 50-50, Kamala Harris is the fucking deciding vote. What side do you think she's going to fall on? She's going to fall on the side of getting rid of everybody's guns, red flags. So that a red flag law could be could be us just talking shit about it right now.
Yeah, but you can't. But this red flag law, if you really look at it, it's unenforceable. So
it's just like everything else, but
right. But what they're trying to do is...
It's going to be a hassle in your fucking...
Well, they can't enforce it, so what they're going to do is use this law as a stepping stone to say, you know what?
Next thing.
Yeah, we got to get rid of these guns.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about.
And it's going to be a hassle to the people that are getting, your mental state or this or that. Or...
A revolution is coming. There's going to be a revolution.
Unfortunately, but you can't say that because they could tag you for...
I don't really care what they tag me for.
Well, you don't have any guns anyway. You lost them in a fire in your garage that you just had built.
Damn garage burnt down 2 seconds after I got it. But what it shows you is that
it's
Democrats and Republicans alike are bought into this nonsense. And listen, I
saw Trump railing on Mike Lee earlier in a statement that he released, and Mike Lee's the dude from Texas who, like, earlier in the year, I was like, I appreciate what this guy's talking about, and then I'm like reading what, like, he's going on, the last couple of weeks with Mike Lee, and I'm like, dude, again, all these people, like you're just saying, like, all these people at the top, like, they're not about us, they're not for us,
they're about them.
We're all fucked. I hate to say it.
Well, we're going to be if we don't.
I just don't know where. I don't know who's on our side anymore. Like, here it is. Like I said, I knew Crenshaw was kind of wishy-washy. Madison Cawthorn, he's new, fresh face. Matt Gaetz, he was talking about the soldiers, this, and this, and why he loves his constituents in Florida. Like, and then I mean, I don't know the 100 out of the 132 other people that were Republicans. I mean, it passed what I say, 613 to 135. Dude, come on, man. That's crazy.
Come on, man. What you trying to do?
I just don't understand, like, what we're going for here.
Well, I understand
and it's,
it.
It's
called socialism.
It's frustrating because.
But these people in government think they're going to be the ruling class.
Well, they're acting like it. There's
that's
no doubt about it.
That's what they want.
And there's people.
They clearly want to separate themselves from everybody else. That's why they can go out and not follow their rules that
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, these people are in a class.
I know you don't watch, but I mean, we saw the Met last week or 2 weeks ago where they didn't wear a mask except for the servants. You had the Emmys or whatever it was, the whatever fucking award show was last week, where they're in this tent. Nobody was wearing masks. Who cares if they're vaccinated or not? Because I really don't give a fuck either way.
Right.
But the servants were wearing masks, and they're making jokes about it. And it's like, I saw Prince Harry and Meghan Markle getting off the airplane in New York today, and it was like they were met by the de Blasio and the new governor of New York, and they were like, oh, they're coming off the plane, they're all shaking hands, doing lovey-dovey, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh, there's a camera. Oh, let's put our mask on. Like, dude, we get it. Stop playing the fucking game. I'm done playing the game. I know you said you were done playing the game. People need to. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, they're gonna. Well, it matters to them.
No, it's the
because they need
the
control.
Appearance of, oh, look, they just put their mask on when they. But people don't realize it. They're like, oh, look at how safe they are. They put their mask on.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have their mask on until they had till they're on the camera.
Yeah. Well, I think a couple things that are important here to realize is that, you know, they're playing one side against the other, and as long as you have, you know, able to separate people.
Yeah.
Listen, 9/11 brought everyone together.
Well, they needed that in that time. I think that was a unifying thing. Like, I know,
but I don't know that they.
I think that was the plan, though. I hate to say it. I think that was the plan.
Why?
To have a common enemy. To have a common.
Yeah, but why would you want to bring? There's no socialism when you can bring everyone together.
No, I'm talking about then, though. But you had a common enemy because they needed to fund this situation that's been going on for the last 20 years.
What situation?
Like the
terrorists. You go with the situation again.
No.
That's why I want to call you the situation.
Talking about the money situation, funding of the global. Like the global machine of the war machine of America. That's what that situation was.
All right, situation. I don't know what that was, but
we were all together.
But in order to implement socialism, you got to separate everybody. You got to separate everybody, and that's what they're doing, and they're doing a really nice job.
Well, they're not.
Oh, they are. They are doing a nice job, so separating everybody.
No, they're fighting to do it, but we're not falling for it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you think we're falling for it?
Yeah.
Who's falling for it?
Everyone.
I don't think.
You got 132 Republicans voting for a fucking.
I'm not worried about that. That's different. I'm talking about the regular people that go to work and do their thing every day.
Yeah, because you have people talking a good game. Oh, this vaccination's stupid. They go home with their wives. Their wives say, "You better get that vaccination." And they get fucking vaccinated. Next thing you know, they're fucking thrown up in the home.
That's different. I'm not talking about that. But that's what it's about. I agree with you. I see what you're saying. I understand.
They're scaring the shit out of everyone, and there's no men left. There's no men.
No,
there's the people that founded this country that kind of character, that kind of fortitude.
They didn't even have weapons. They had pitchforks and fucking rakes, and they went up against the greatest military force at that time and took them on. They froze to death. They were starving. Here we are. We're worried about. I don't have Wi-Fi on my phone.
Right.
That's what we're worried about.
But those fucking people
Until
with
it's a
their
time-
hand out will be like, give me the Wi-Fi for free. And they'll be like, okay, I'll do whatever you want.
You know, a couple months ago...
Let me take a jab. I'll take a jab. Give me a hamburger.
A couple of months ago, I was talking shit about how China and Russia, like, you know, they're coming. And you know what? They're coming because I saw China's ready to run roughshod in the international waters off of the coast of Caribbean in Florida and off of the Pacific Ocean, off of the coast of Hawaii. Because, you know, we're running our battle groups and, you know, Navy battle groups and Air Force, or aircraft carrier battle groups off of the coast of, like, in the South China Sea and stuff like that. But it's technically international waters, so they're gonna play the same game. And what are you gonna do when you see Chinese warships off the coast of, like, Atlantic City? Because you can see them with binoculars and stuff like that. Like, what are people actually gonna do?
Nothing.
You're probably right. They're gonna be like, oh, that's weird.
Joe Biden says it's okay.
Yeah.
They're all friends.
Everything's okay until we're getting fucked in the ass.
They're just drilling for oil.
Everything's okay because Joe Biden said it's okay until we're getting fucked in the ass by fucking... I'll be dead before I get fucked in the ass by Chinese fucking soldiers, but those people don't care. We're worried about the wokeness in the military. We're worried about fucking Mr. Potato Head, Nancy Drew stories. Who's a guy? Who's a girl? You know, back in the day they had Wonder Woman. Now you got to wonder who's a woman. You know what I mean? That's
wow.
That's
that
where
was a good one.
That's where we're at now.
I know, but I don't think people realize, and the problem is that during the Revolutionary War, freedom really meant something to people.
Yeah.
And people today, if you're non-military, take freedom for granted.
But we're not even free now.
Well, that's my point. Because
I'm not free. I'm not free to really do what I want
because we take it for granted, and we give up our rights because we reach a certain comfort level.
Yeah.
And you know, just like all these people that stayed home for 2 years, they gave up all their rights just to go. I could sleep late.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
You know, and now you know what? I'll give up that. I don't want gonna let me sleep late and pay me. Well, I'll give all that up.
That kind of gets back to what we were talking about in the
to stand
first
up,
episode, yeah.
To stand up and fight for your freedom is lost on these people.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to have people stand up and pull a gun out and go to the government. You ain't fucking taking my freedom from me.
Well, it's not even this government. It could be the next government.
It doesn't matter.
The next invading
forget
force.
About this government. The Revolutionary War, those people fought for their freedom. They were going to give their life. They gave their lives so that their future families can be free. These people died young. They were kids.
No, I know.
In the Revolutionary War and the Civil War on top of that. And we take it all for fucking granted. World War II, World War I. We fought for. We're the beacon of hope. We're the only place where freedom is on this planet. And we want to give it up so you can sleep late and get a fucking handout.
The one guy at my work today said that his grandfather forged his birth certificate
so he can go fight in the war
in World War II.
Yep.
When he was 15. When he was 15. He's like, yeah, I'm 22.
15 years.
He was 15 years old. He lived to be 97.
Can you imagine what a 15-year-old would do today?
Thank you for your... God, he was fucking too busy playing fucking
God
video
bless
games or
that
worried
guy
about...
because that's the reason why America is America.
Yes.
And these fucking people are destroying it.
Like I told him, like my father, who happened to... my father was older. He forged his birth certificate, so it said he was born in 1946, but he was actually born in 42 because he wanted to go to the Vietnam War, but he was over the age.
Old.
He was too old, so he forged his birth certificate, so he said it was 40. He was in 1942, and it's like you're saying, like you have these hard ass dudes that like, and he did 3 tours and not, you know what I mean? Like he was a career military army guy, like, you know what I mean? Like you have these guys that were hard ass individuals now, and it's like, you got these guys that are like, they're fucking running around in Crocs and fucking fitted sweatpants.
Yeah, playing Call of Duty.
I'm not even worried about the Call of Duty. I'm just saying they're running around.
I'm worried about it.
They're running around in Crocs and fitted sweatpants, going, "How do I look today? Who fucking cares?"
Fucking douchebag.
How's my onesie? It looks tight. Fucking jerk.
You fatty. Too many fucking chicken wings. I don't know, man. It's a sad state of affairs, but
no, it's exactly what you. I mean, you've been saying where the men at since.
There's none left, and the World War II generation is rolling over in their grave.
Yeah, and the ones that aren't,
the
ones that are still alive are in these fucking nursing homes that aren't allowed to see their families.
Oh no!
It's horrendous.
Horrendous.
Or Cuomo or Wolf or Governor Murphy killed them off.
Forget about me and forget about whatever it is. This is not about me. This is about those people that died for freedom.
Yeah, I'm also worried about
and I'm standing up for them.
I'm also worried about what this country's going to look like in I would say 20 years, but I'm worried about the next 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm standing up.
Because there's people that are like, well, as long as if I'm dead, like the climate stuff and stuff like that, I joke like, I'll be dead when the polar bears are finally disappeared and the ice caps are finally melted. It's not going to happen.
They're not melted.
I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is this country and this world being a one world government or one government world.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it's a globe or fucking flat, it doesn't matter at that point because it's going to be one rule for everybody. And kind of like you said, the ruling elite don't give a crap about us.
No,
we're going to be
not going to have it.
We're going to be the eating. You'll eat your soy beef and you'll like it.
In my clip, I got 12 plus 1.
Who's
going to be the plus 1? That's all I'm saying.
You should probably get an extra clip.
I do have 2 clips.
All right. Well, you should probably get some more. But then you got to deal with Joe Biden's tax.
I'll buy rifles.
Guns
legislation.
legislation.
You're going to know I have it. I'm going to go to the gun show tomorrow and buy fucking...
I'm just going to go to where the Chicagoans in the neighborhood buy their guns because they seem to not be worried about their registered guns. And as long as I don't have to worry about my registered gun...
All I can hope for...
Then I can fight it back.
All I can hope for is that...
You want to take a flight over to Afghanistan? Dress up as some tallies? The
majority of the people in this country are...
Unvaccinated.
No, looking for...
Vaccinated.
Are freedom seekers and...
Well, they are.
And that's all we can hope for.
They are. There's a lot more people like us, Dave, than there are of the sheep and twerps and nerds that are... Just wear your mask.
I've
seen a lot less mass bullying lately because you know what? They know they're on the wrong side of it.
I had enough.
And I go like on the Wawa. Did you see the Wawa sign? Please wear a mask no matter your vaccination status. And I go like in and I'm waiting for somebody to say something. Of course they don't because there's like 30 other people that don't have their mask on.
I never noticed the sign.
But I noticed the sign because I think it's funny because I will respectfully decline your please wear a mask. I don't wear a mask. I haven't worn a mask in fucking 8 months. I don't care anymore.
Good for you, man.
Same thing with work. I walk around.
Well, you're killing everybody.
You want to write me up? That's fine.
When am I responsible for your fucking health?
Well, that's the point. Listen, man, my erectile dysfunction. You need to take your ED pills too, like I do. All right.
Well, let me just tell you something. I took my Claritin,
right,
and the people around me didn't.
And your allergies are terrible.
It's terrible.
Did you know Chantix got recalled?
Chantix.
Because
all right, Chantix been on the market for how long?
15 years.
15 years. It got recalled for what?
It might be causing cancer.
So they think it's causing cancer.
So you were
after 15 years.
So
15 years of research.
Do you know who Chantix is made by?
Pfizer.
Yeah. You don't have a beer, but
that was a good guess. I'm going to get another beer. Really, that was a good guess. Chantix is made by Pfizer.
Chantix is made by Pfizer. It's been on the...
Let me just tell you something.
There's a... So you...
Human beings, we only got less than a minute.
But you're quitting smoke... Go ahead. I'm sorry. Human beings?
Human beings were not born Chantix deficient. Well, I didn't grow up being Chantix deficient.
You're trying to quit smoking. So you don't get cancer, but you're taking this Chantix, and you might get cancer.
We got to stop with the prescription drugs, people. We're going
Drubs?
Drubs. Listen, we have to do an episode on that, but we got to stop with the prescription drugs. You're not deficient. You eat like shit. You're fat and you smoke. You got to fucking start taking care of yourself. It's your responsibility. You're getting coronavirus because you're being fucking fooled and lied to by the fucking man. Stop getting the fucking jab. Get out there, exercise, eat right. Shop around the outside of the supermarket, and everything's going to be a much better place. So I just want to tell everybody, I love you. Thanks for watching. It's okay to be American. And the Orange Men
Like, subscribe, and share. Are out.
are out.
Thanks, everybody.